Hello everyone, I'm Sophie and I'm currently at Kechara Forest Retreat, Bentong, Malaysia. And I will be continuing on reading from the book by my guru, His Eminence, the 25th Sam Tuku Rinpoche. And this is the book that I'll be reading from, Peace, a compilation of short teachings. And I'll be reading from part 6, chapter 27, page 197. Peace gives us wisdom to overcome our mistakes. When we face our mistakes, the mistake will be removed and it will then be replaced with wisdom. And as I'll be going to the picture to share with you. There you go. It's a very beautiful forest with lots of flowers that I do hope that it will symbolize peace. Right. Part 6, chapter 27, page 197. Yes, there are difficult people and complicated people out there, and they will do their best to make our lives difficult. But how we react towards them is how much suffering we will create for ourselves. When we react back negatively to others, or when we react from a basis that is without any dharma, we create more harm for ourselves and others. And these reactions don't ever end. When we retaliate, they'll turn around and retaliate against us. Then we react negatively against them, and they react back negatively to us again. You may ask why you should stop. You may think that they should also stop since the reaction come from both sides. But when we know Dharma, when we have come under the grace of Jesus Christ, God or Buddha, or when we have adopted a form of spiritual practice, we should be better than that. Even we have not adopted a spiritual practice, we still have our family name and a reputation that we should not disgrace. We should consider the people around us, our good countrymen, our families, our husbands and wives, and learn to stop acting in ways that reciprocates harm with harm. If we are older and more mature, if we have more gray hair on our head, if we have gone through the hard knocks of life, and especially if we have learnt some Dharma, we have a very special duty not to react to other people the way they react to us. It takes one person to stand up and say no. The Buddha does not say that there are no enemies out there and that everything is our fault. No, that is illogical. The Buddha teaches and acknowledges that there are enemies, there are difficult people, and difficult situations. From the time we were born until the time we die, from the people who are the poorest and humblest to the people who are the wealthiest. But he also teaches us that how we react determines how much we will suffer from those people or situations. We cannot change the world, and we cannot make the world do or act as we think they should do or act. But we can definitely transform our view and projection of the world. If we change our view and projection of the world, it will be as if the world has changed. Then, whenever someone tries to harm us, we will not harm them back. We will say, I'm sorry a lot. We will smile and become humble. We will see that their harm will stop. It does not matter of being right. It's not a matter of being right or wrong. It is a matter of stopping harm. All of us have good points and bad points within us. Sometimes the bad points take over because of certain situations, people, way of thinking, or habituations that we have developed from the way we grew up. The way we grew up and the way we have encountered things affects us and the way we react to other people. From from these habituations, it sometimes becomes very, very difficult for us to admit our mistakes, to say that we are sorry, or to let the other person win. We may think we have won or that we are right when we do not admit our mistake. and or let the other person know that we are wrong. However, we actually create a lot of suffering for ourselves because we then have to constantly cover and explain ourselves. Eventually, no matter how much we explain or talk, our mistakes will be uncovered and inevitably we will become unhappy. We all slip, we all make mistakes, and we all do things that we regret later. The key is not to hide our mistakes, to be oblivious to it, or try to get away from our mistakes. It is to face them and make amends with the people who we have hurt and damaged. Sometimes we might say that we did not mean to hurt anyone. Yes, most of us do not mean to hurt others, but from their perspective, they feel they have been hurt. So if from their perspective, they have been hurt, we have to ask ourselves what we did, how we acted, or what we might have said that has hurt them. We have to understand that some people may have been shouted at a lot when they were younger and as they were growing up. When we give them even a slightly angry look or we tell them to go away, they might feel very, very hurt because they have experienced that their whole lives. On the other hand, a person who has self-esteem and confidence won't think twice when we shout at them or tell them to go away. People react differently. From our side, we don't mean any harm or anything bad. No, we don't. But sometimes people sometimes people take things wrongly. It is not about forgiveness or about who is right or wrong. It is about moving on and benefiting others. The issue here is that each of us is only one person. The others are many. Instead of trying to make others fit into our scheme, thoughts, projections, and the way we think things should be, we should try to fit into theirs, especially if we want to practice Dharma. The real practice of Dharma is not the wealth or physical growth of a Dharma center, or that there are huge crowds of people coming to see our Guru. Anyone can do that. Businessmen, conmen, imposters. It doesn't matter if the crowd is big or if the center is large or not. The real growth of a Dharma center is individual students and teachers seeing their mistakes, facing up to their mistakes and expressing, apologizing, and healing. When people face up to their mistakes and confess, they are not confessing something to their gurus or to other people. They are confessing to themselves. And when they can confess to themselves and they can face up to their own mistakes, there is growth. Dharma grows when our minds transforms to something much, much better. When our mind improves and faces itself, when we take responsibility for what we are supposed to do and for our emotions, our speech, and our mistakes, that is Dharma growth. Dharma practice is when someone improves their mind, when someone grows and expands. In facing up to their mistakes, it is not that they lose or that we forgive them. Instead, they actually win. They accept themselves and they grow. And when they grow, the Dharma grows. It takes one person to do this, then another, then another. This is growth. It is important that when someone makes a mistake, they can face up to it themselves. Telling other people about our mistakes is wonderful, but facing up to it ourselves is the best thing we can do. When we face our mistakes, that mistake will be removed, and it will then be replaced with wisdom. Then we are on the road to enlightenment. Sometimes when we admit our mistakes, people may react negatively to us. We may wonder why they are still being nasty to us even though we have already faced up to our mistakes and confessed them. That is not the point. The confession is not about how they react to you. It is about you facing up to what you have done out of your anger, hatred, jealousy, or desire. We all have anger, hatred, jealousy, and desire at some point in our lives. When we become angry or jealous, we wish for revenge and fight with others. It's all very good in the moment, but what happens when we calm down? Do we want to be accepted back? Do we want people to still love us, or do what we want to be or do we want to be estranged? Is estranged. Anger and disharmony are impermanent. Once the anger and disharmony are over, where will we be? That is more important than the moment of anger. When I get angry, I always think, do I want to go this far? Do I want to carry it that far? Do I want to do this? Because I know that by the next day, the next hour, or the next minute, my anger would be subsided. When the anger subsides, how would I feel? How will people accept me? How will they feel the same? Will they feel the same about me? Or will they lose respect for me? And with that, that's the end of the chapter. And as you can see, confession is very good. Why? Because it helps us to confront our own minds and to realize, how our minds work, and also to apologize to others whether we are wrong or not. So as they say, it takes a bigger person to apologize, and and also learning to be of control, as what Rinpoche says, that moment of anger at the end of the chapter, that we should always stop to think, whether it's worth it to be angry, because anger is only for a few seconds, and once it's over, the effect of anger will last forever. So be kind, especially to ourselves, and because kindness is actually confronting ourselves and to release ourselves from holding on to whatever that we have, the anger, the grudge, the jealousy and whatnot that always makes us unhappy. And with that, I will end the session for today, and thank you for sharing your time with me. And I'll end this with a completion dedication in Tibetan. Changjub Sencho Rinpoche, Make Panam Geishi, Ke Panam Pame Payang, Gone Gondo Pewashu, Tony To Rinpoche, Make Panam Geishi, Ke Panam Pame Payang, Gone Gondo Pewashu, Daso Jini Sapagi Wadi, Danandro Agona Kampadang, Jepa Jesu no Santrapai, Tamping Imporin to Sa Se, Sho, Ke Wakutu Yandala Madan, Drami Choki Pala no Chochi, Sadam Langi Yote Razone, Doji Changi Ngopanga to So, Gewadi Yoduda, Lama Sangyo Druyone, Droa Chika Malupa, De Salago Pashu. Choki ka posunga pa chosu nampa pewala geki sama siwadang tunki malu sawasho dadam songi desenda drewa songi latene gewa lo santrapai tampa yuriva gyushi ni modele sendele ni mingonyan dele shi ni sintatu dele pel kunchu songi jingilo kunchu songi ngotruso kunchu songi trasi sho jesu lama kuserap tinching Jesu lama kusan rap ting ching nam ka trini cho chu ke padang lo sam tempe dro me sap songi dro e mun sa tat tu ni gyu shi kang rang we ko we shin kam den pen dan de wa ma lu gyo en chen si wan ten sing gap so yi sha pe shi ri ba du den gyu shi Home tom pe ngo tro ma lo pa den den da la sel du so ko dan den pa long chap nam ke pa so shi shuk den sel. Sorry, I have a few slips there. So reading on this chapter, brings on the memory of my guru, because I'm not sure if everyone knows my guru passed away in September, and we all missed him very much. Thank you for sharing your time with me, and I hope that you join me for my next chapter. Thank you.